Okay. We are live. Give me just a second. I want to rename it so that it's named correctly. But you can start. We're starting
at
to
the
head.
we're
at the subway. Yes.
Yeah, we're at the subway station.
I have gone invisible and now walking on air.
Yeah, you're kind of in between the two columns here.
Yep.
And this human is heading this way towards a different platform. Because this is kind of like a pathway that continues on. The tracks continue on, and then the platform, the stairs or the escalators go up this way, and then there's an elevator kind of right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then this just continues on to the next platform.
Okay.
Because this is like, maybe 7th Street or something like that, and then to Chinatown this way or, whichever way.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're underground subway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
And you stealthed here because there were some people here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
and
you're
they're
moving on
moving
your
this
way,
way,
yes.
and then the
Towards
guy,
your smelling.
the person
Yes.
by this time is headed up the stairs, and so
Okay.
because they're walking fast, they're heading out.
So when I have stealth, my stealth ability, is that just my ability to walk so quietly I can't be heard?
Yeah.
And I'm really good at sneaking behind it, or does that actually do
Yeah.
anything to help me like blend into my background?
Both. It depends on the level.
So I'm
for
level
example, 4. Level 4, you can blend into, like, if it's dark and shadowy, or
And I'd imagine
you can become virtually invisible.
is it dark and shadowy? Or is it well lit under there?
Kind of lit.
Well, there will
I
be
mean,
artificial lighting because it's
yeah.
a subway station.
Okay, so then
Yeah,
never
but
mind.
there's shadowy areas like in the corners and
And
stuff.
in those
like over here in the corners, and then over along here. Yes, especially it's kind of dim over here. And along here.
I'm gonna kind of stealthily move towards the same direction he's moving. I'm gonna kind of follow him. I'm not invisible.
Yeah, most of the
but
lighting.
I'm as invisible
You're
as
trying to
stealthy.
avoid detection, basically.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah, most of the lighting is along closer to the train along this platform,
Okay.
and then there's a couple lights in between the columns here.
Okay.
So and then you've got kind of like shadowy corner areas.
Okay, so I'm gonna move the same direction he's moving to find out what that strange presence and noise I can hear that you said is Cantonese. I can understand that it's kind of it's not French anymore.
And there's a third person with us, right?
Old Henry is with us.
Yeah.
Does he have any abilities, or does he?
He's still a fledgling, so he has a few.
So I tell Henry I'm gonna follow, slowly proceed, but stay back a little bit until you hear.
Yeah, he has a few like melee skills, and he has like a point or two in brawl and a couple points in stealth, but he's
Okay.
still pretty much a fledgling.
Well, I mean, obviously you don't have to tell me what all that he has, but I just want to know if he's
Yeah.
able to stay with us a little bit.
Yeah, I mean he can help out in some little ways and stuff, but
Okay.
his blood path is the path of blood, so he has some thaumaturgical abilities
Okay.
since he's still a Tremere.
So he's very similar to me.
Similar, but he's on a different path.
Okay, that's fine.
You're on the Neptune's
Neptune's
might path. His is the blood path of blood.
And he's brand new, right?
Yeah,
he's a fledgling.
So he hasn't had the time to be trained in your blood magic.
No, I just turned him.
Well, yeah. Then you essentially took away all his powers
Oh,
for the time being.
he could turn out powerful later though, because he was before.
Okay, so the person that's over here, he kind of, tries to stay put, but he's very cautious. he hears you guys.
He can hear us,
Hmm.
even though he's walking on air.
I'm walking on air. I should
Well, he
be-
can hear. He can hear people around. I mean,
Oh,
he
okay.
can sense it.
Okay, well, you don't need to tell us that, but if he can hear us, he can hear us.
So what are you guys gonna do? He's just standing there.
Well, I'm gonna get close enough where I can see this person.
Yeah, I would like to kind of sneak around as much as possible to see them without him detecting.
How close did you want to get?
So there's a little gate here, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to. Well, usually subway ceilings are pretty tall.
Yeah, so can you, when you walk on air, can you walk like levitate up?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
literally walking on air. Like,
Okay.
Every sense of the way you can imagine. I'm
Okay.
walking on air. So
Okay.
I'm gonna walk on air
Above the gate?
above the gate, and I'm going to see who this person is.
Okay. It looks to be a dark-haired person. He looks like he's in his maybe 40s,
Asian.
Asian, and he also has a katana. He's holding a katana.
and using sight
Kind
of
of,
the true form. What is
yeah.
he? What is he?
Guijin.
A Gaijin?
Okay. Okay, well, obviously I don't know this. But I can still hear his thoughts every once in a while?
You
or-
can try to read my mind.
Well, I've read it before, but
You can try to read my mind, because I will be like, bingo, Gaijin.
okay. Can I hear him saying this?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Okay, so we found a Qui-Gon. So I'm slowly sneaking in here as much as without being detected, so if there's too much light, I won't go that far, but I'll go to a point where I'm not detected. With my telepathy, am I able to talk back to him?
No.
Oh. Okay.
You can dominate him. Well, sort of.
You can try to dominate
Yeah.
me.
I don't know that. I don't know. I don't want to do that.
I would have the ability to roll willpower resistance towards your trying to dominate me, but
There's a lot to dominate: command, mesmerize, forgetful mind, conditioning. What is conditioning? Does that like get somebody to do what I tell them regardless, or I can force somebody to do form of tasks, or I don't know.
I'll have to look up what condition.
I'm just curious.
I know what it is.
Not like I'm going to do it, so we don't have to
Pretty
spend
much-
too much time on it. We can go on. I'm
I
just
pretty
curious.
much know what it is. It's like it's kind of like you condition somebody to, become your slave, kind of.
Okay.
I'm going to actually walk over him and behind him.
So
Behind him?
over the top of him.
Yes, over the top of him.
Subway stations
Like
typically
on
are
the
very
other,
tall.
like on the other side of him,
Yes,
because
on the other side
he's
of
leaning up against a wall, and so
Do you want to walk around into the train area or over the top of him?
Over the top of him. I don't want to get run
okay,
over
so
by a
you're
train.
up and over the
That's why I'm
top
asking. That's why I'm asking.
on the other side of him.
Yes, on the other
Okay.
side of him.
And usually, typically, subway tunnels are tall because the train's tall, right? So
Yep.
you should be able to walk over the top of him.
Okay. He kind of just looking around and
Do Qui-Gon have the ability to smell or other vampiric powers like that?
they are supernatural, so they can sense other supernaturals around.
So they may know that we're around.
Well, except I have cast invisibility, and the only way to see, only not to see me, but to even sense that I was around, is to have a certain ability
to sense
sense
that.
the worm,
Absolutely.
which
Sense of the worm.
I don't think Qui-Gon has that ability. I think it's a very unique ability.
Okay,
Only
go ahead.
Certain people have, but anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, and that will give you time to do whatever you want to do too.
Okay. So, I am going to almost like quietly walk, like almost like fade to the gate, and then quietly open the gate enough. I'm gonna unleash and let it out my presence, my awe, and see how well that affects. Like almost like almost like
Well, you're gonna appear in front of him.
I'm gonna
You're gonna
walk.
unstealth, basically?
I'm gonna walk. So here's the corner. I'm gonna kind of. It's the corner's not right, but the corner I would say. So the corner's here. I'm going to kind of go like this. I'm gonna kind of make myself a little bit known, and do the presence to see if it kind of inspires him a little bit. And then I'm going to approach him slowly and say, and
with Kuei Jin, all it does is piss him off.
I don't know that. Piss him off as in
Yeah, and it just reduces
Because-
his stats pretty much. With
Yeah.
other, it only does awe with humans.
Oh, that only works on humans.
Yeah, but with supernaturals, it just kind of reduces their stats a bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't
It
know.
reduces their defense and their like concentration and things like that.
That may not be a bad thing, though, right?
Or it's certainly advantageous to you.
Yeah.
But then, like she said, it might
He may put it up as
perceive it as
As a threat.
Uh-huh, okay.
instead. So if you want to go and do that, I think
Well, I'm. Okay.
Yeah, you can't just walk in and go, "I'm here.
Well, I wanted to kind of.
I'm all powerful. You
Yeah,
can't touch me."
I want to intimidate a little bit is what I want to try and do. To kind of get him to be intimidated is what I'm looking for.
By the way, I also have 4 points in stuff. So aside from my airwalking and invisibility.
Okay. So I guess I'm just going to walk around the corner.
Okay. He draws out his katana.
I'm going to speak in Cantonese.
And he's not going to know where it's coming from because you're still stealth.
Yeah. Oh, my master, do not be alarmed. We mean you no harm. We are friends, searching only for answers. And then I would step out of my invisibility.
So how close are you to him?
I am like maybe
Because that would, I even imagine, be a little bit shocking as well as me walking around the corner.
I am 5 feet behind him.
Oh boy.
He turns around and looks at you and says, "I know what you seek.
How would he know? That's
I am
interesting.
seeking some of the same things."
Oh boy.
I actually am not sure what.
What it is do you know that
what-
we are seeking?
Did you appear as well? Are you talking right now?
I thought I said I was walking
okay.
forward. Or were you
Alright.
going to do that first?
Well, I was trying to disarm him, disalarm him. But yeah, this could all happen at the same
Okay,
time.
so I'm gonna as I'm walking. Well, see, that's a worry, because I don't know that if you're doing that, I don't want to do that. Because how would you feel if you were down a subway area and all of a sudden somebody behind you appears, says that, and then someone's walking towards you? I'd be definitely like, that's how I would feel. Which is why I asked if you were close, because he might swing.
That's okay, as long as she doesn't feel that.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess that's true. But that's why I wouldn't want to be appearing at the same time if you're doing that, because I don't want him to feel that intimidation.
Well, I'm going to say I actually don't know what you know, but or I actually don't know what I'm looking for, but my friend behind you is looking. Yeah, can tell you what he's looking for.
We have our ways of finding out information.
Okay.
And
The K-Knight Beckett has revealed some information. We have people
Really?
amongst the area that can find out.
Okay.
And he says no more.
So I'm going to say that I still did walk forward then. That's going to have happened. Because
My name is Seth Chen.
I don't care who you are.
So you seek the
You're
same.
not. You're
same-
not going to.
You
You're
seek,
not going to cause the end of the world.
You seek the same things as us. You
What
said
is
you
this-
seek the same thing as
What
us.
is this end of the world you speak of?
Well, according to what the Canaanite kindred say, the myth of Gehenna.
How do you? Where do you believe that we are going to cause this myth?
We have our ways. I'm not
Okay.
revealing how.
Are you trying to...
Cause the end of the world? No, as I've said before, my friend wants closure.
And what kind of closure is that?
He wants to visit his master for the last time to say goodbye to him.
And who is his master?
Barabbas.
Barabbas.
I'm sorry, Barabbas.
Barabbas.
And what does seeking Barabbas
Barabbas.
have to do with the end of the world?
Barabbas is an antediluvian. Is what Henry says. What Henry says.
Oh.
How will this?
Wait. End of the world for whom?
All vampires.
That doesn't sound like the end of the world at all, then. Does it?
Sounds not like the end of the world. Maybe for me.
Causes Gehenna, which is essentially the end of all vampires.
And who says?
The end of our world.
And who says
So
to
to
you?
speak.
Who says to you that I am going to cause that? Visiting doesn't necessarily mean waking.
I don't know that. But it is our job to protect and prevent you from gaining this. How am I supposed to know that you're not meaning to diabolarize it?
So you think I'm after diablerization?
Isn't that what most all vampires are?
You're a
Kate.
You're a vampire. Tell me.
Caitiff seek their own agenda.
My agenda is to help
You do
my
not
friend
belong
out.
to the Camarilla, do you not?
Things are complicated.
We've been following you.
Things are complicated.
We've been following you since the very beginning.
Beginning of what?
Your adventure.
My adventure here?
No, in the United States when you were down in Louisiana.
Okay. So you think that's when I had in my mindset to diablerize a antediluvian?
We've just been following you around and gaining information on what your intentions are.
And what are those?
You diablerized one of your own.
I did. Because they were in my way.
We found out about it.
Are you in my way?
I don't know. Are you?
What is he?
I'm not
Am
in
I
my
in
own
your way? I am.
That's the question I'm asking you. Are you here to help me or are you in my way?
You're in my way.
Oh, really?
You guys need to just chill it.
Is that what you say?
Uh-huh.
Okay, he all of a sudden swings at you.
He swings at me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do I
You are
need-
not going to cause. And
does he try to hit me or does he just swing his sword towards me?
He tries to swing at you.
So he tries to hit me. Do I need to
Mhm.
do something to dodge?
Well,
What's your soak?
My soak.
he only goes... Soak only comes
So his-
into play if he actually hits him.
That's why I'm asking that
He tries
question.
to hit you.
So I'm saying, if he starts to swing at me, of course I'm going to try and dodge.
Right.
Do I
so
dodge?
What you can do is roll your dexterity and athletics, if you have any points in athletics.
Yeah, I do.
So dexterity plus athletics, how many points is that?
It's 4.
So you roll 4 d10 dice. Difficulty 7.
7 and 9 and a
So-
1 and a
So you
3.
have 2 successes,
Mhm.
except one cancels out the any success.
Any success,
So
okay.
we have 1 success.
Okay.
So basically, he just need to have one plus more than 1 success in
Okay.
hitting you to hit you.
Okay.
So and then she obviously could decide whether he has more than 1 success to hit you.
Yeah, you need to find out.
He grazes you barely,
Okay.
like your shirt or your jacket, because the katana's quite long. It's
I'm going to cast Prison of Water. I'm going to imprison him, which will drown him unless I allow it. Right?
He's a Kwai-Jin. He's been dead already. Drowning him.
So
Drowning
then-
a human
so then-
works very
so
well.
then-
but
so
drowning
then-
a Kwai-Jin doesn't quite work.
So then I imprison him so he can no longer move. Then,
It's,
right?
it's like trying to drown a vampire. That just doesn't work.
yeah, they don't breathe. They're basically like spirits in human husks.
Okay. Well, I'm going to form a prison of water. I'm going to put him in a prison of water.
See, that you can do. And you
It may not drown him, but he'll be in a prison of water, so he can't move.
Okay. Need to roll a chance roll.
So, what is that?
It would be you got 4 in thaumaturgy. No, 5. 5. So
And
it
it's a
would be
low level
5.
spell, so.
You're casting a spell, right?
Uh-huh.
So
yeah, he's
Rick-
using a discipline.
So
I
you're-
usually just did like for chance of him succeeding
Mhm.
a success roll. Where's all my details?
So I have 4 d10s.
It would be 5 d10s, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so I need another one. Well, and I can go get one.
How much? Wait, you have 4 points in that, right? Do you have any,
5 points in thermatology.
and do you have any in ritual? Within knowledge of your abilities.
There's not ritual.
Oh, you don't have ritual. You have something close to ritual, though.
I have investigation, academics, computer, law, linguistics, medicine, occult, politics, and science.
How unfortunate.
I have really high intellect, though.
Usually, intellect comes. It's the intellect plus ritual plus whatever that skill level is.
Well, I'm pretty certain that I'm going to roll several higher than 7. If I'm rolling like 10 plus of these.
Uh huh.
5, 5, 7, 1.
5571.
5, 5, 7, 1, 2. Sorry.
So you actually did not succeed.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why I said you should roll your entire die pool.
8, 9, 3, 7, 2.
So you have 3 successes.
Yeah.
That's good success.
Okay. Okay, so he's in a prison of water.
Well, you encase him in like a kind of like a cylinder of water comes up, and see, there's no water around
yeah,
you use.
isn't there
unless
there's
there's like pipes.
pipes and stuff, right?
Pipes, water
There's a
fountain,
pipe.
whatever.
Yeah.
There's a some of the pipes
Burst.
break that are along the ceiling, and kind of get all over the ground, and then the cylinder of water comes up and
Forces him into a prison. So
Yeah.
I walk up to him and I say, I walk up to the prison again and I look at him and I say again, Are you in my way?
He just stared at you.
Does it have to come down to this?
I don't know.
Well,
He's trying to prevent us from
Kwai-Jin.
doing what we want.
we
So he might be in my way.
Kwai-Jin, you are not a vampire. The end of vampire doesn't apply to you. Why are you trying so hard to prevent it?
It is only my orders, but
Who gave you that order?
it,
He's trying to plead with him, and I'm starting to get pissed off. Which is
Who
what's happening.
gave you that order?
Answer him.
he says nothing.
We're
He
getting
says nothing?
nowhere. We're getting nowhere with this.
I am going to transform into my Archit form. I'm turning into a 100-foot-plus dragon.
Why?
Asian dragon, so it's the...
So the tail is just long. I'm like, you're not going to fit in that room.
Yeah. It's like in WoW.
Okay, it's the
mouth.
Asian one.
It's the Asian one.
Okay, you transform, I'd imagine, right? And then are you going to say, "Who told you?" And it echoes.
Yeah. Because I have pure breed, 3 points in pure breed.
What does
which
that mean?
Presents if he's a truly Asian Kwai-Jin, then he would recognize me as a Mokule, which in the Asian culture is a formidable supernatural that's to be respected. And having 3 points in pure breed means I actually look like a royalty in that. Although I'm not.
So like you're a
royalty.
golden dragon or something. Because
Except-
you really like gold.
Except I'm not a golden dragon. In fact, gold actually hurts Mokule.
Oh, I thought silver did.
Silver hurts werewolves, but gold hurts Mokule.
Oh, okay. Well,
Funny, huh?
Yeah,
Funny how
weird.
that works.
okay.
Probably I shouldn't have told you that.
Oh. Okay, so you transform into this dragon. What do you...
Answer my... I can't act out that voice, but I will speak in a dragoness voice. Answer my question. Who gave you that order?
Her name is Mian Chi.
Why does Mian Chi care?
I will say no more.
Let's write down that name. It sounds significant enough, at least. Might be. Manchi?
Yeah, Mienchi. Mian Chi.
Okay.
Okay. Why? So I stop talking to him and I start talking to you. Why would Beckett tell us to go to the Kwai-Jin to ask for help and info on Barbaros and then tell them not to help us? Seems like it doesn't make any sense.
Henry turns to you and says, he didn't. He said, go to the Tremere Primogen. But the Kwai-Jin were seeking something.
They were seeking the
They
same
were
thing.
seeking information on Gehenna.
Who is Manchi?
Mian Chi is a...
Are you asking the Kwai-Jin?
I'm speaking out loud.
Oh, okay.
Whoever knows should answer. Who is Manchi?
The Kwai-Jin says nothing.
You would rather die twice
Then answer
than
these
answer
questions.
this question.
You will die.
I will say that Mian Chi go to Chinatown in Paris. Seek her there. That's all I will say.
Okay. I turn back to my human form.
I release the prison.
He falls,
Falls to the
and
ground.
lands on the
And
ground.
then I look at him and I say, "Thanks for your help. That's all I wanted."
Okay, so the train starts approaching. It's making a loud, like, braking noise and stuff. And
Let's head to
there's
Chinatown.
people on. There's a few people on the train.
I walk back onto the platform.
So do I. Did we make a commotion that attracted anything, or
There's
Where are we at?
there was a guard that's kind of walking back and forth between platforms, but you didn't.
see it?
But we were in the dark.
Yeah, I want to just
Yeah,
make sure that we
were in
didn't
the
attract
unlit
anything.
area. So,
No.
yeah.
No, the train approaching, there was too much noise.
Okay, good. Let's get on the train and make our way to Chinatown. I'd like to speak with Mianchi.
Okay. You board the subway train and then ride it a few blocks or a few stops. And you arrive in Chinatown, and when you hit the area, there's kind of like a big
So
one of those what do they call them? Oh gosh, the temple bridges where the red one of the gates. It's like one of those red gates,
Mm-hmm.
and then on either side there's like a restaurant
I'm sure
with
you've
ramen
actually been
noodles.
there.
There's restaurants with ramen noodles, and then various like food vendors that are kind of out in the street, and
Some of massage
There's-
parlors and
You said
There's like,
you lived in Paris for some while, and so I'm
there's
sure
a place
you've been
called
there, right?
like the Red Lotus, and it has like various
Massage
china
parlors.
and trinkets and
they're all over Chinatown.
Why is that? Why is that an Asian thing? Massage
Massages?
parlors. Yeah, because it really is.
It
I'm
is.
just curious why. Is it just something that's like really? I don't know. What would you? And what's that?
Because it's cheap.
And people like massages a lot. Is that
Yeah, I
something
know.
that's really
I know you
popular?
don't like to be touched by people.
I don't. I'm
Yeah,
not a touchy
but-
person.
But Chinese, I mean, especially foot massage.
They love that.
They love foot massage. They soak your feet in this bucket of hot liquid of like herbal stuff and whatnot, and it feels good. And then they trim your nails, and then they massage you. I mean, it's a treatment. And who doesn't like to be pampered? You know?
Me.
Yeah, I know. You. My wife as well. She doesn't like that.
How did you know I don't like to be touched? That's funny that you know.
We've
that.
had this conversation.
Yeah, I don't like to be touched.
Do you like massages?
That's part of my issue.
I too. Me too.
I've
I
always
love
been a touchy-feely person.
No,
but
people don't
that's-
touch me.
I love
Even
it.
my mother, when I was younger, she'd be giving my sister a back rub, and she's like, "Hey, Eric," and she'd start to give me one, and I'm like, "No, I'm good. Don't touch me." I don't know why. It's just the way. I
Okay.
just don't like to be
Anyway,
touched.
so there's a bunch of little shops all along the sides of the street, and the main drag is just one main street that goes down. And then at the end of the street, there's a Buddhist temple at the end of the street with a big kind of like a gate that has like the kind of two golden circular symbols that are like this with the square in the middle. Like, I don't know what they're called. Kind of like this.
It's like the coins.
Coin?
Yeah. Yeah, they're on both sides of the doors.
So it's money
Really?
place. It's a money place on
Well,
a Buddhist temple.
Just kind of, like those type. It looks kind of like that. I mean, it just. I don't know how to describe it. It
Maybe
kind
it's
of.
really not a Buddhist temple. It's a place for money laundering.
It wouldn't be surprised. Chinese and their money laundering. It happens on a daily basis.
I wouldn't know.
Let's see if I can find a picture that would, kind of give you an idea.
Okay. You're more familiar with this area, Seth?
I'm going to try something more unorthodox.
Okay.
Bear with me.
Okay.
Okay, it looks the door looks kind of like this. Sorry, it's not a very good picture, but it looks kind of like that. It's kind of a fuzzy picture of it.
Okay.
So it's got symbols. It's not
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
that
it's-
symbol.
it's-
Because that's a
it-
symbol
I mean,
like
that's-
money.
I couldn't really describe it. I'm better at showing you pictures than anything else.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
You're fine.
Okay. Fine.
But to kind of show you what the area looks like,
The terrible eraser.
I know, the gate's here, and then the street kind of goes down this way, and then there's like various shops along here, and then there's a restaurant
What are you doing?
here.
So
And then there's a side street that goes down this way, and then there's like the Red Lotus. It's like a china shop where they sell china and
Well, we don't know.
trinkets and things like that.
Well, he may know, but I don't know.
And
So I have this thing called
and at the end is the temple, and the gates are like here.
Okay.
is it pronounced fiery or theory? F-I-E-R-Y.
Fiery.
Okay. I have this fiery pearl in my dragon form, and what it does is it gives me 3 extra dice on intimidation roll versus vampires, Kwai-Jin, Fomori, and other creatures of darkness, which is kind of funny because I am a Fomori, but it would have helped in intimidating
Him.
that Kwai-Jin into answering.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm going to do something kind of unorthodox. Do not be freaked by this, and don't think otherwise. But hold my hand,
Okay.
and if you were friend, but hold your hand.
What are we doing?
Just trust me.
Okay.
This should be mostly painless.
Okay.
Okay? What's your
Old Henry.
oh
It's Henry.
Henry? Is Henry holding his hand?
Not at the moment. Do you need me to hold your hand?
Yes. Henry.
Yes.
Okay, Henry kind of.
Henry will probably do most everything I say because he's
He's your,
his.
yeah. He's you're his sire, so.
So he pretty much has to do what I say
Okay.
for the most part.
I sidestep into the Umbra, pulling them in with me.
Ooh, cool. Okay. So does that make us disappear from that reality for the most part?
Yep.
Okay. I'm a little bizarred out about now. What's going on?
So in the Umbra, you actually still see pretty much
Is it like fuzzy
the
though?
world, but it's like squiggly lines.
Is it like when Frodo puts the ring on and it goes?
No, it's more like when you're on acid trip. So
I've never been on an acid trip, so I wouldn't know.
it's more like in those movies where, like, basically everything is like
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
colorful squiggly lines and
Okay.
and surreal and whatnot.
Just kind of
But-
like hippie.
Okay.
But it's still
Flower power.
Yeah.
But it still in some way resembles the world that you
Okay.
were just in.
Can we still see people around? They're just really fuzzy.
You can see essence of people around, but you should see a different layer. So this is the spiritual layer. The
Okay.
the magical layer of the world that's either underneath or beyond or on top of this world.
Okay. Sounds interesting. This is fun. Let's do this. I like it. Okay. So we're in the umbral. And what are we doing? Are we walking towards the temple? What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if in the umbral,
You can see anything that's
if I
like
can see
a-
any
a Kyujin, or because
right,
you would be able to see
anything-
a different essence.
Right. They will stand out, even if they didn't stand out in the real.
Okay,
the
beyond the
physical world.
doors of the temple.
So are we going in? Have we made it there, or is there any of them around the area? That's kind of what he's looking at.
There's not really any letter out about in the
How long
street.
can we stay in the umbral?
Indefinitely until I take you out of it.
So we're gonna walk.
The only
Okay, let's do
one or two that you see in the vicinity.
Can things detect us while we're in the umbral?
If they're in the umbra, but
Okay.
if they're not in the umbra, we're
We're-
undetectable to them
Because we're in another
because
plane.
we're in another plane. Yes.
Oh yeah, so they just like we're not there, and it's even beyond invincibility.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
There are dangers to being in the umbra
I'm sure there are.
because that's where Banes, Worms, and all that craziness
Uh-huh.
live as well. So.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm having fun.
Okay, the only Quajin that's within the vicinity is there's one back here. This is kind of
In
like,
the temple, or is that in the temple? That's outside the temple.
that's outside the temple, but there's also another building. There's like a garden area where there's a bridge with little ponds and fountains and stuff, and there's kind of like
Do you see through walls, or the walls are
And-
still there?
another. It's a second building beyond the entrance of the temple.
You see the manifestation of structures. So they're not.
Would we walk
actually-
through them?
Yeah, they're actually not there. We can walk through, and so you can actually.
So could we see through them?
I think this would be a judgment call on the GM because people have described it differently. This Umbra world, the world of Umbra is sort of a, up in the air type of.
Yeah,
it's a magical place.
It's a spiritual plane, so
Right.
it. You can kind of see through anything physical.
So that's how
anything
we're able to
physical
see this one.
becomes, Yeah, anything physical will become translucent or transparent.
Okay.
Anything magical, the will stand out.
Mhm.
So can we see? Are there individuals in here?
No.
Oh.
No one magical or no one supernatural.
That's what I
is
wanna
Does
know.
it look
in
like there are
this
any
area.
wards or barriers or like magical barriers or wards? Because
There
usually temples and
is
whatnot, there might
one,
be stuff like that. set up.
Around this building here.
We can see
But you
through
can
it.
you can see that there is a supernatural, like a Quajin there.
Okay.
And that's
and
the
it's
only
just
Quijin.
one. There's just one.
Are there any other regular people around?
Regular humans.
Yeah, because
around?
we'd be able to see their essence.
Yeah, there's a lot of humans around, like down the streets and stuff, and
And that building has a barrier.
yeah, this particular building, there's two front doors that you saw the picture, and then beyond the front doors, there's the two front doors are here, and then beyond the front doors is kind of like a little pathway,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the temple. You go in, and then beyond the temple, there's a garden area, and then there's a small building in the back with the garden area.
Would the certain wards protect? Would we be able to walk through them in the Umbral realm?
That's what I'm.
If we
wards
touch
are
it,
meant to guard, protect from usually illegal or unwanted passage or entry.
well, I'm wondering if
So-
we can walk through it, right through it in the Umbral realm, and then appear in that room, or it looks like a teeny room, even smaller than the bathroom. Or is this person just exaggeratedly huge?
How big is that building?
Yeah,
Basically?
Probably half the size of this room.
that building is that small.
This building back here.
Half of it right here. That's still. It's like a living space.
Okay.
You can have
That temple is that small?
This
that.
it's
she's
just
talking about
it's
that
a
room.
building. It's a
That-
building in the garden area beyond the temple.
Okay, but this is way bigger.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
is not
like
to scale.
the size. Yeah, this is like the size of probably this whole building.
Not just his residence, the whole
Right.
building. Okay, that's fine. That explains it, because this almost looks, if you were to do that.
Yeah, it's kind of I'm trying to.
You're
There's
fine.
not much room on this paper. So.
You're fine. I just want to. I'm trying to scale things for my mind.
I don't like small confined spaces. I don't do well in small confined spaces.
Is that what you tell me while we're walking? Where are we? Because did we walk all the way to here? And I'm fine with that if we are. Where do you want to be?
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. In the spiritual world, you will see my spiritual form. So
Which is a dragon?
right. So even though I'm walking as a human, it's
a big dragon.
You can see a silhouette of a dragon, 100 foot long.
What do you see as my silhouette? Just a person?
Well, you're a vampire, so yes,
Okay.
just a person.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
I don't do well in small confined spaces, and it's protected by a magical ward of some type.
So do we get right to it, like right here?
I would not get that close to it.
I just want to see if what happens if I touch it.
Feel free to test your theory.
Is there anything physical I can use to touch it?
Touch what?
The barrier.
There is no barrier. It's just a gate.
No, didn't you say though?
The barrier around.
Yeah, around here.
Yeah, that's-
You guys.
Yeah,
did you
we're-
guys walk
we're
up that
here.
far?
Yeah.
We're here.
Okay. It's just kind of like a force field barrier.
So we can't get past it even in the Umbral realm.
Right.
That's the question. That's the
what
theory
we're
he's
trying to
testing.
propose.
right.
Yes.
If the ward protects in the Umbra world, if the ward exists in the Umbra world as well.
We're trying to get.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Yes?
to test that.
Okay, it makes sense. Somebody placing a ward there will want to be protected from.
Okay, so it's
All entry.
I can't get through it
No.
here. Okay, that's my answer. That's what I want to
We-
know.
But you can see, there's the entity that's in there is a Quajan.
Okay.
But
Does it
she's-
look like it's a different?
Is it a female?
Yeah, can we tell? I heard a she there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see the silhouette.
Okay.
Okay,
I think she's the one
so why is she in a room with a
Yeah.
barrier?
so she could be protected from.
From who? And what? Or is she being held there? By who or what?
But this barrier seems to stop things from going in. It would be how I prefer to feel safe, I guess.
What is she protecting herself from?
Creatures like us.
Why?
Just as an example.
I know,
Oh.
but I'm asking why. Does she know that we're coming?
Or she might be. But or
Is she
mi-
scared of us?
There are people that might be after her, or
Okay.
she might possess something, or there could be a million reasons.
I'm just curious what your thoughts are on this.
I think we should say hello.
So shall we come out of the Umbral realm?
I am concerned though that she might be if she's giving
Aggressive.
command to the other Qui
to not cooperate or to help us.
Well, then not only is she less likely to want to help us, she is one of who's in command, so she might be powerful.
I know. Which is bizarre to me that she would need a barrier to protect her from us.
There might be people more powerful than us that might be after her.
Well, very, very true. So do we have allies that
I
we may
think we
want
should
to?
offer her a gift.
What is the gift?
What do Qui-Jins want?
They want to resolve in their life what they were not able to resolve that created them as a Qui-Jin.
If she's an old Qui-Jin, she would have had plenty of chances to resolve whatever she
Or did
could
she?
resolve.
Or has she? Or was it something she has not been able to achieve?
Since there's no way without talking to her
To know that.
to know what is it that she hasn't resolved.
Okay,
I
what else
go
would
with
a
the sec-
Qui-Jin? What else would
Chi. Just like a vampire requires blood, she requires chi to sustain.
And where do we have Chi?
Well, any life form possesses chi, but for someone as powerful as she might be, we might want to offer her an abundance of chi.
And where do we get that? Someone as powerful as her,
Mhm.
I could imagine could probably go out there and get any Chi.
True. Chi.
So what would she desire that we could not, that we only us could be there to provide? That's why I'm asking this question.
What do you have to trade?
I have blood bags.
Do you have
Do you-
knowledge to trade?
Perhaps I do. I don't know of any, but perhaps I do. I could give her a wall of water. She might like that. Just kidding. The reason I asked, the first question I proposed was, the thing that she may desire the most is the reason she is a Qui-Ji. She is a Qui-Ji because she was not able to fulfill something in her life, and that is why she's a Qui-Ji. The thing we can provide
Qui-Jin.
her, or Qui-Jin, the thing we can provide her is assistance in accomplishing that in exchange.
You guys are
For
getting
information.
too philosophical with this.
Yeah.
Does that not make sense, though?
Henry, do you have any knowledge
Let's
to
just
trade?
knock on the door.
Oh, we're going way beyond what she wants us to do.
Oh. Okay. Let's go around
I
then.
think this is
Because the Qui-Jin told us to seek her.
Let's go around the building.
Is that what Henry says? Is let's just knock on the door?
Yeah, well, okay.
Okay.
I'll go with that. Let's go around the building. So, on the other
Are
side.
you only going with that because the GM is Henry?
Huh? It makes sense, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay.
But the reality of it is, if I had a servant with me, and would you talk to my servant and my servant says, let's just knock on the door, would you really go with that? Or would you look at him and go, dude, you're a servant, shut the hell up?
Well, Henry was a mage prior to that. I assume that he has tons of knowledge.
Okay, very well.
Okay.
Henry, do you know anything of the Qui-Jin, or have you gotten all your memory back? Because I remember he lost his memory a little bit.
Yes, but we're getting a little too cautious about this.
So
At
you're
the
thinking
moment.
to knock on the door. How do you feel for a fight, Henry? Are you ready for this, Henry?
Who's to say we're going to get into a fight?
Let's just go around the building. I want to be on the other side of the building.
We got in a fight with the
Okay.
first Qui-Jin that wasn't the leader.
The other side of the building, there's no entrance.
Where's the entrance?
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, there's an
And
entrance?
she's standing right next to the entrance?
Kind of.
Almost like she's expecting
Yeah,
us?
well, let me... She's kind of in the middle. You know, it's just... I'm not drawing it really well, but...
Okay.
Okay, so
Time
let's
to
go
re-
to the entrance.
Time to
If we're
return-
way too overthinking this, and if that's the case, and that's not fair because as... Okay, we'll just do this. That's fine.
Let's just say, well, let's be polite about this.
Okay.
These old Asians, they value politeness and face above many other things. So
Face.
respect.
Oh. So, we're going to come out of the Umbral realm.
Yes, I'm.
Is that so? Really quick before we do that,
Uh-huh.
and this is again, I guess I overthink stuff. Sorry. Is there anybody around us that all of a sudden, if we suddenly stepped out of a portal into existence, wouldn't freak out? Should we do this behind a tree or something to that effect?
Well, we're in the.
Yeah, but is there people back here? Are there people back here?
She said there was nobody else in that.
So
garden.
there is no one else.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
then we're good.
We're behind a temple in the garden. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just overthinking things, as I
Sidestep.
typically do.
I'm going to drag them with me back into the physical realm.
Okay.
Okay. You're in the physical realm and you're standing in front of the door. You may enter.
Is it a sliding door? Is it a pull door? What
Should
kind
I
of
be
door is
pulling when I should be pushing?
it? What kind of door is it?
It's just a big, kind of like a metal door. I don't
Okay.
know how to.
So
describe
there's
it.
a barrier. Is that still stopping me? I'm confused.
The barrier was only stopping you in the
Umbra.
Umbra.
People do that because
Okay.
creatures would travel from the Umbra realm.
I'm
Into-
cautious though.
Okay.
I'm cautious because I don't want to. I don't
Yeah,
want
in
to.
the physical realm, you can go in and out just like any.
Okay, that's
Other
fine. I'm curious why there's a
human.
barrier in the Umbra realm. Okay, so we slide the door, and it's such a small room. I'm going to stand on the outside of the room and say, "May I enter?"
You may enter. I've been expecting you.
Okay. I go in.
Okay.
Thank
go
you.
in and
I go in
see
and I say, "Thank you for
this
seeing me." Okay.
person.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for allowing us to see you.
If you knew that we were coming, you probably know
Why we're here.
we're here.
Yes, my name is Mian Chi. I am the high priestess of this area,
Okay.
and I know what it is you seek.
That is an honor to meet you, High Priestess.
Yes, High Priestess. Thank you for seeing us.
I will allow you to conduct any business that you may have within Chinatown, but know this. If you seek those of higher power within the Cainite realm, be aware that the Kuei Jin will be there to follow and to stop you.
Are you coming to help us
No.
get there? No, you're there to stop us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused.
So am I. This is really confusing.
You don't want us to talk to higher vampires or vampires of higher ranking within a city?
No, I don't want you to awaken what must not be awakened in the sarcophagi.
And that sarcophagi is here in the city?
Oh.
No.
Well, then, since we're not where it is and we're here instead, you have nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
And since we don't know where it is, you have less to worry about.
Exactly.
Although, I think they would like to know where it is.
So any
And-
help would be greatly appreciated.
And you
Mian
seem
Chi.
to know where it is. Or is looking for it yourself.
I'm only seeking this to protect everyone else.
Hmm.
What is it you're protecting everyone else from?
The end of the world.
I'm even more confused now. The end of the world for vampires. She's not a vampire. Why is she
Yeah, why does she
protecting the
care?
vampires?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that either.
Why are you working with the vampire?
Yes, is there something that you have a vested interest in, keeping the vampires alive? Mian Chi.
Because if you haven't been able to tell, we're a curious bunch. And the less we know, the more curious we're going to get. If you tell us more, we might actually lose interest in it. But if you keep holding on to secrecy, we are just going to try to dig deeper and deeper with or without you.
Correct. That's really the truth. Mianxi.
Meaning no offense.
We are.
Most highest of respects. We are only here for information. We have no intent of causing the end of the world.
My purpose in the second breath. You are aware of the second breath, are you not?
Yes.
Yes.
My
but-
purpose is to protect all innocence.
Okay.
While innocence is
And
sort of a
bringing
subjective
an
term.
antediluvian.
Yeah, considering that you suck chi out of things, I'm a little confused.
Bringing an antediluvian into the world will destroy the entire world. Not only the vampires, but us as well.
Mm.
Antediluvian, when they awaken from their slumber, not only do they feed on humans, but they also feed on vampires and other supernaturals.
Hmm.
They are that powerful. They are
And,
only 4 generations
that-
down from Cain.
and that sounds very scary, which is why we wouldn't want to do anything like that.
Here lies the problem.
Then why are you seeking this antediluvian?
We are here to give closure to a friend.
I'm standing right here.
Is that what Henry says?
Yeah.
Well, then speak.
Speak up, Henry. That's why we're here doing all this. To get you closure.
We
Do you not
have-
want this? You wanted vengeance against vampires for this. To see your master. We're here to give you closure to see your master. Not to waken him.
Well, if it means the end of the world, I don't want to risk awakening him.
We're not
Even
going
if-
to waken him.
Even
What do
if
you
I
want
just
now,
stand in
Henry?
his presence, and
That's what we're after, is standing in his presence. It's just to give you some closure.
Well, here's the question though: is that going to be enough to satisfy your desire? Just merely stand in his presence, or if you have questions for him, then it probably means you have to wake him to get those questions answered.
Henry, what is it you need?
well, he left me thousands of years ago.
Obviously.
You're thousands of years old.
Yeah, I'm 3,000 years old.
I sired an old one.
But my master was turned vampire, and he became the Tremere, the start of the Tremere clan, or the Tremere Antediluvian.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Go on.
Henry.
And ever since then, I was still in training. I was still young. But over the years, my seeking vengeance was all I could think about.
Vengeance
Seeking
for what?
closure.
So that's what I'm helping you with, is closure.
But now that I'm a vampire myself, my thinking
So we have no quest
has
now.
changed.
Is that what this is now? We have no quest?
No.
Henry?
There's other things that we can do.
Okay.
Let me get this right.
I'm a little
Are we-
confused myself.
Are we no longer seeking
So we're done?
No.
this person?
I'm confused then. Henry is saying we're done. We have nothing to do. Okay, let's just go back to living our lives? The game's over?
No.
Okay, Henry, help me understand here then.
Henry, you must understand that
However-
what you seek is
It's dangerous. Understand that. And
and especially when you are now one of
Us.
the time.
Or one of
You have less
can be.
reason now for vengeance when there is none to be.
I
Vengeful.
understand that now. And being newly turned vampire, I just did not know my reasoning.
Do you despise the person who turned you?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Should your new
I was reluctant on being turned.
No, you
I
weren't.
had been a mage.
should
No.
your
No, you weren't.
should,
I agreed to it.
should
out
your
of
goal
pressure.
now be to revenge upon that? That will mean your own death. So
Yeah, because you kill me, you're dead.
it doesn't make sense in that regard.
Yeah, and can he really? It sounds bizarre to me. Okay.
I mean, this is almost like what's that movie with Tom Cruise and
Interview with the Vampire.
Interview with the Vampire, where he despises the vampire that turned him, and he despises being a vampire.
Louis.
Yeah,
Yes, Louis.
it's almost like that. I'm sure you've seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that to Henry. It doesn't end well for anybody.
Yeah, your vengeance won't. It will only end with your death now.
So
Even if you do kill me, it only ends with your death.
I hate to get involved in this because this just seems like a very complicated relationship between the two.
Seems a little bizarre now that he speaks up. This whole time he's wandering around helping us, and now he's going to speak up. Seems a little bizarre to me.
Henry, all I can say is you must find new purpose for living the unliving. If that makes sense.
Okay, so
Um,
I guess this is over?
Hmm?
I guess we're done?
No.
No?
I'm confused
Are you-
now
are
what
you-
we do.
Are you out of game saying this, or
A
in
little
game saying
bit. I'm a
this?
little bit confused.
No.
Because we're losing the quest. The quest is ended because now we're not doing this.
Not necessarily.
Okay, I'm a little confused. Maybe help me understand because I'm losing it.
You were only going to the Kuei Jin to seek knowledge, but the Kuei Jin are basically their
We're
purpose
doing all
is
of this
to-
for Henry.
is to
So,
keep.
so
is
let me
to
speak.
keep-
Let me speak out of character for a little bit. This entire quest I took on to help Henry because he seeked vengeance in this circus. He seeked vengeance in the circus against vampires because of his master. So he wanted closure with his master. So now we're trying to get him that closure, and now he's saying he doesn't want closure. So
Well,
that ends it.
He's realizing what's at stake.
Okay,
Right.
okay,
Once
I
he's been
understand.
turned.
Uh-huh.
So does he not need closure anymore? Which means that now our quest is done. If he doesn't need closure anymore. Or does he still
That
want
particular
closure?
quest, but there's still other things that need to be addressed.
I think that's where we're trying to get to.
Yeah, I'm
By
confused.
having this conversation with Henry is what else is there, Henry?
Yeah.
Not necessarily with Henry, though.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
Because
I
if
don't
you
know how-
listen
how-
to what Beckett told you in the first place...
I'm not going there. I'm telling you I'm not going there because I broke the masquerade. They're going to kill me. I'm not going there. That's stupid.
And since
I've sired someone without permission and I've killed someone. I've deodorized. I am not going there.
and I don't know that part, so I have less reason to go.
So you keep pushing me there. I ain't going there because they're just going to kill me. That's stupid. That would be the dumbest thing a vampire would do. Honestly. I know you want me to go there, but I'm telling you I'm not going there because they will just kill me.
and it
And
seems,
I know you may say in your mind, well, I'm not going to kill you, but it only makes sense for them to kill me. I've killed one of their kind and I've sired without permission.
and-
Well,
and-
that's just what Beckett said in order
and
for
it
you to
seems
gain
like
information.
the information travels really fast, so I'm sure
Everybody knows. Exactly. It travels faster than we can move. They know all about it before we get there, which is bizarre, which I can understand in the day and age of cell phones. So I'm not accusing the GM of cheating by knowing stuff and that other characters shouldn't know. But I'm just saying, I am not going to do that. As my character knows, he has violated the masquerade, which will result in his death. I am not going there. The only way you will force me to go there is if you trap me. So this is all out of character. I'm telling you this.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to do it. I know you're trying to force me down a path that I won't go down. I will not go down that path as a character. Because my character knows it means death.
Okay.
So the only way you're going to get me down there is by trapping me and dragging me, kicking and screaming that direction. And I may kill more people and diablerize more people on my way that direction. Which could be more violations of the masquerade, which should, in all reality, result in my ultimate and untimely death. I'm just putting it out there. Because
the thing is, his character would need a purpose to continue that path, and there isn't one.
No.
That. And so it would be, unless you make it so basically everybody's out after him, like he's being chased. Then that creates a purpose of survival. He needs to run away. He needs to kill people to stay alive. But ultimately, though, your character needs, with that being the only purpose, there is not a lot of purpose for the campaign. If the only purpose is to stay alive, because people are after you.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to make you understand. I know you're trying to force me to keep going there, but I'm not doing it unless there's a reason.
However, if somehow Henry says there might be a way to make me or to fix this so you can rejoin the vampire
I've diabolized someone. That's really hard to undo. And I don't know that. I guess she's the GM or the storyteller. The rules in this world are hers, but I'm just saying that that violates all the rules of the game.
And I think this is where you have the opportunity. Henry being so old, I mean, he was there back in, however, 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, as a mage.
As a mage, he would have accumulated tons of occult knowledge, which might be how to fix this.
And you, if anything, wanted me to turn Henry, because you in the last session said let's rewind it and let me convert Henry. You said I could, so you were part of wanting me to do it, which is fine. I was excited to do it. I wanted to do it, so that's part of why I wanted to do it.
I wanted you to turn him, but
you did.
But Henry himself.
He did.
He was reluctant.
Not
a little
really.
bit.
In the last campaign, he was okay with being turned. Because you wanted him to be. He was good with it. He wasn't reluctant. He would not... Dude, if he was reluctant and didn't want me to, he was a powerful mage. Dude, he puppeted many, many people in the circus. He could have puppeted me. He shrank me into a teeny thing and could have killed me easily. Henry wanted to turn.
Can we take a 5-minute break?
Yeah, we can. We can.